Hi and welcome back to Sidcore TV. My name is Chris and I'm sitting down with the CEO of Sidcore, Scott Douglas, to talk about something that is a huge theme here at Sidcore, and it's called Grow Into Your Potential. So if you could tell us all, mate, what that means to you and how that looks at Sidcore.
Yeah, Paul always says if you're not growing, you're dying. So growth is a real focus on in our business, and I guess there's a lot of people look at growth and go, it's having more money or having more staff or having more success. I look at growth as, especially the potential part, is learning the lesson today from yesterday to build what I want to tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? So it's around our potential. We don't know where that is today, and some people get caught in a pattern of the past. So it's around, okay, yep, we've had the past and my experiences. How am I learning from that, and where do I want to go? The dream house that we buy today isn't the dream house that we're going to buy in 10 years because our circumstances change, and so it's always thinking about where we're going, but having the flexibility to change and set new goals and keep striving for better versions of ourselves. And that's what I look at growth. It's not about having more staff. It's about continuing along our journey and achieving it along the way.
I've spoken to quite a few of the staff here, and when they talk about the values and some of the things they love about working here at Sidcore, a lot of them do say, I love growing to your potential because they've really put onto me that. How have you implemented that to the point where they're just speaking about it in a really energetic and passionate way? How have you made that happen?
Yeah, look, it's not something. It's just a tagline that we don't actually talk about and train, so to speak. Yeah. I run training sessions, as I've mentioned before, around every month, and we talk a lot about personal development, and that's growing in many different in ways, not only in their career but also in their family and their self and the community and how they contribute. But helping them set goals, again, not just in the business context but in their life, and then how we support that through framework, through training, through accountability, through coaching. And actually helping them achieve the things that they want to achieve, and for them to understand that there's no limit on that. It's their own journey, and everyone's on their own path. And fortunately, we've been growing as a business as a result. And what that's enabled us to do is keep offering more opportunity for people. More different roles or exciting opportunities to travel to different areas and different offices and things like that. So. I guess it's been a perfect storm as far as, we've got a lot of people here that want to grow, and as a result we have a business that's growing as well. And that alignment has allowed that energy that you're talking about, because if we weren't growing as a business, it'd be very hard to attract people that want to grow, if that makes sense. So both of those things need to happen, and it's happened for us really, really, really well.
You've kind of turning everything on its head, because most businesses, want to, let's grow the business, let's get more revenue, whereas you're starting with the individual. And then as a result of the individual growing, the business naturally does grow itself. It's an interesting concept that you're seeing playing out very well here at Sidcore.
Yeah, absolutely. I think most businesses start with what you're saying. Let's have business success, and then we'll bring people along for that journey, as opposed to having the group and the team drive the journey and drive the growth. And the only way you do that is, by focusing on them and understanding them and taking the time to do that. So without that, you can't do it. And obviously supporting them achieve those things is really powerful, and the business goes along with it.
When you're running the workshops, what's in your mind? What's the mission? What do you hope that the staff, off the back of these workshops, what do they go away with? What's sort of instilled in their mind?
Yeah. So in addition to the monthly training, I'm actually running monthly workshops now. So it wasn't compulsory. It was sort of, basically, does anybody want to be a part of this? And I think 50 people put their hand up. So I'm running like 4 workshops a month now, which is great, because what we did was we set an overarching goal. Or they set overarching goals around what they wanted to achieve in their career, and that's really just the content to teach them tools that they can apply to any goals in their life. And I think everyone turned up to think that I was going to give them some sort of special recipe around what it needs to do to achieve that goal. Yeah. Where the real focus has been on how they show up, how they're being, how they're leading, because the actual doing part comes as a result of that. They're certainly growing into that. So the outcome that I want is not only that for them to achieve the specific goal that we're working on, but actually for them to build skills and to be able to grow and achieve goals in any aspect of their life, really. Yeah.
Because growth potential is essentially a journey, it's not a fixed point in time, like you say. What is the plan? Are you going to just keep running these workshops, you know, continually until whatever? What is the plan in terms of that? Just keep running them.
Keep running them. Like if you ask my assistant Emily, she'll probably fall off a chair when I keep saying that I'm going to do more things because there's only so much time. But the reality is that I just love it. I truly love doing it. I truly love supporting and helping people be better versions of themselves. It really connects back to my purpose. And better isn't about they're not great already, but it's about that growing to potential. And what I was saying before around, you know, you don't know what you know tomorrow, what you know today. Like you're always evolving and you're always on that journey. And yeah, my plan is to keep supporting them in that while ever they want the support, because you need coaching and you need some accountability. The reason the workshops came about realistically was I was doing training. I'd do an hour and a half. People were like, yeah, this is great content. They'd be buzzing for a couple of days, and then as we know, we just fall into our day-to-day and it falls away. So the idea of the workshops was to have some accountability and have some follow-up and have some real, I guess, smaller groups where we could work through that content. And the idea is that, you know, check in every month in addition to the training that we're doing as a group to keep them on that path. And I'm happy to do that while ever I can and while ever they want that support, because you know, if they're achieving their goals, as a business we're achieving ours as well.
You must, to teach something, you must understand it very well and obviously have a real interest in it, which you do. For all the businesses out there that want to sort of invest in the growth of an individual, what would you suggest to them? Like, what sort of courses have you done or books? You know, this is obviously a commitment for you. Yeah,
I guess, you know, we teach what we want to learn, so to speak. So I'm really passionate about this content, and I read a lot. I travel in the car about an hour a day, and so I listen to podcasts, I listen to audio books. TED Talks are great. Like, there's a lot of content out there now. But yeah, it's really putting the time and energy into yourself to understand those things, and you actually learn more by getting up and teaching. If I'm going to get up in front of a group and actually explain things, you're going to need to understand it, and then you better apply it in your own life. So there's a selfish component to it as well, but I love the content. I love sharing. I love helping people. The only way that you can do that is to put the time and energy into the self-study, so to speak. Don't necessarily go to courses, but I always go to conferences and seminars, and if I'm going to an accounting conference, I always go to the sessions which are about growth and are about personal development rather than about tax. But that's just where I've been, I guess, attracted to, and as a result, I've been having an opportunity to get into a role like this and share that, and it's had a real impact, I believe, on the business and a real impact on my life as well. So it's really fulfilling. I just love it, and there wouldn't be a day go by where I'm not listening to a podcast or reading a book or reading an article on something. I'm always looking for new content and what's out there, and it's been great. And the more you see that play out in your own life and in the business, the more interested you get. It's kind of, you know, self-fulfilling, really, isn't it? You know, self-prophesizing. Yeah, absolutely. Like there's that vulnerability piece around, you know, when, you know, to get up. Nobody asked me to start doing training sessions. I wasn't the CEO when I started doing the training sessions. I just started doing it in my team, and then people said, "Oh, can you do it with my team as well?" And all of a sudden I was doing it with the whole business, and that was 6 years ago, and I'm still doing it. And it's probably led to the role that came about as well. So yeah, it's been really powerful for me, but the underlying drive for me is helping the team, and it's, you know, when I'm presenting to 50 or 60 people, if just a couple of people can have a real impact. And the other day I had a session, and it was you know, when people come up to me after the session and just share that, you know, had a real impact, and they thank me. It's not about the thanks. It's about the fact that they've got something out of it, and it's helped them, and that's it's really, really fulfilling. Growth potential, a massive theme here at Sidcor, seeing great success both individually and of course as a business. So maybe it's something you should put into your business as well, even by some small measure. Thanks for watching Sidcor TV. Thanks for your time, mate. We'll see you next time.